Hello and welcome to Modern Art is Rubbish podcast, episode number 19. I'm here, and my name's Tom, and I've got Marcus. How are you, Marcus?
You all right, Tom? Well, you taking my lines? You stealing my lines?
Yeah, sorry, go on, you carry on.
I'm going to do it now. Hello. Let this not be said that I'm being a prima donna. Hello and welcome to Modern Art is Rubbish, episode number 19. Are you all right, Tom?
Yeah.
You stole my lines and now you're trying to pull it off the rails already before we've even started.
Well, it's because we're doing Martin Creed today.
Yes, we are, yeah.
I know Martin Creed through you. I know he does screwed up bits of paper, chucking them on the floor as art.
Yes.
I actually saw Martin Creed in an exhibition, and he had big neon lights with the word mother flashing,
cool.
with a big finger around. It was...
Yeah, so...
It was a bit different.
Yeah, it was. So I think what you're actually saying to me in code is, Marcus, can we have a little bit of an artist biography?
Nah. I mean, I'm happy to do Martin Creed, but I don't want to write his biography. It would take ages, wouldn't it?
Martin Creed, he's a British artist. He was born in 1968 in Wakefield, England, and he moved with his family to Glasgow in Scotland at the age of 3. That's all the stuff you need to know. I believe, which I heard ages ago, but I can't actually find any evidence, he fell out of a window when he was young. Like, it was about 12, he fell out of the first floor window.
I mean, that is quite reminiscent of his artworks, like a little boy falling out of window. Yeah. Piece number 62.
Yeah. Yes, well, that's the point, because you say about the numbering, all his works, he actually numbers them. As a child, he studied violin and piano, and he was encouraged to listen to classical music. And I think that influences him because he's an artist who numbers all his works. So I assume he started at 1 and
what, as like a classical composer might?
Yes, I think that's the thing. He doesn't always name his works, and I think that's a way around it. If you give them numbers, you don't always have to name them.
It's a bit like Led Zeppelin, isn't it?
Oh, Led Zeppelin, yeah. Oh, they had like their album was 1, 2 and 3.
And 4.
Yeah. Oh, was it 4 after 3?
Yeah.
So he's a multidisciplinary artist, and he's worked with things like video, he's done drawings, he's done sculpture, and he's done music as well. And how he works is he makes stuff whenever inspiration comes to mind, and I feel he's someone that doesn't like to think much about what he does. What's more important to him is the idea. He stated that he found it difficult to assess the importance of an idea, so he tries to choose what he's going to do without making decisions. It's kind of a bit... His work, I think, it's quite an easy way of doing it, so you just do whatever you want without thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, he set himself up for life well there.
Yeah.
With his philosophy.
Well, I mean, if we talk about one of that kind of play into that narrative, if that's the right word, kind of like his more like less thinking works, such as number 79, one of his earlier pieces, which was literally some blue tack kneaded, rolled into a ball and depressed against the wall. So that is actually what it is. Just a bit of blue tack, yeah.
So do these works that he does, like the one I knew about was the screwed up bit of paper, that's the one I remembered, but do they actually sell these works?
Well, yes. I mean, work number 88, he needed to produce a piece of work that he could send out. Someone asked him, I assume it's his gallery dealer or something, said, we need to work. So he thought, well, I know what I'll do. I'll roll up a piece of A4 paper into a ball. And you can actually buy it still. I don't know how much it costs, but it's not cheap.
Yeah, but it's one you could send out, but you couldn't actually put it in an envelope necessarily. You might have to put it in a jiffy bag.
Yeah, the person was actually asking something he could send in an envelope, but I think he kind of got the dimensions of an envelope wrong. It's not really...
Yeah, unless the envelope itself was screwed up.
Oh, yeah. Imagine that. Having to make an envelope that actually fits tightly, snugly with the screwed up piece of paper.
And the postal service could still recognise the address and the stamp on it.
He was quite known for these works, but he became most famous or infamous in 2001 when he was nominated for the British Arts Turner Prize. We've talked about the Turner Prize previously, and I'll put a link on this site. In 2001, he was nominated and he was asked to do a piece of work, and he couldn't think what to do. He looked at the gallery space and he thought, I've got no ideas, and nothing came to him that was good enough. So what he decided to do was work number 227, which is called The Lights Going On and Off. And what it is, it's just an empty space, and it's just the lights going on and off every 5 seconds in a gallery, in an empty room. You could actually, if you're listening at home, you can actually do it if you just probably go into your bathroom, because that's quite sparse, and turn the lights on and off every 5 seconds. But try and look at a piece of blank wall and you'll get quite a similar vibe.
So did he pay any credit to Thomas Edison or whatever in his notes?
No. But interesting enough, on the Tate website, it's actually described as dimensions are variable and the medium is gallery lighting, so maybe they should pay homage to the inventor of the light bulb. But for me, I mean, when I walked in it does have a musical quality, and it's quite interesting because it kind of recreates itself every 5 seconds. It's interesting. Some people didn't like it though.
Yeah, no, I can imagine like people's mums and dads saying, "Oh my God, that's not art. Call that art."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just like a light bulb going on and off. I could do that.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't, because I wouldn't be allowed near the gallery switch for a start, so they wouldn't be able to. There were people that were upset by it. There was one person that apparently threw an egg at the wall. Is that actually damaging the art piece if you're throwing an egg at the wall when it's the lights going on and off?
Surely it depends on the egg.
The other thing as well to mention is that it was bought by the Tate Gallery in 2013 for £110,000.
So it was bought, like the idea was bought.
Yeah. You're going to like this because you get a certificate of authenticity. I know what we feel about certificates of authenticity on this show, but in this case, when it actually comes from Martin Creed, then it does have some value. So yeah, you get the right to do it. You could do lights going on and off for 5 seconds in your house, but it wouldn't be a Martin Creed original. Yeah,
it would be quite a lot of effort, because I guess you want it to happen automatically. If you've got to keep pressing the switch every 5 seconds, if you needed the loo, for example, that would be a nightmare, wouldn't it?
I mean, he also did a follow-up piece which was similar, which was called Curtains Opening and Closing.
All right. Nice. Was that well received by the egg throwers?
I don't know what the response to that one was, but it wasn't as well publicised, that one.
So who are the people who were protesting against his light on and off? Was this at the main show in 2001?
Yeah, this was at the Turner Prize. Yeah, the actual Turner Prize.
The Turner Prize. Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, what were they protesting against?
I don't know, because there's nothing in the room. Because the work is the light, I would say. The work is the light and the space. It's not actually a thing, is it? And if you throw it when it's dark, you're not actually throwing it at the artwork, because I think the artwork is only the artwork when the light's on.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah, so really you'd have to throw the egg at the bulb. Because when the bulb goes on, you're going to get 5 seconds of frying, aren't you?
Now that would be good. No, it wouldn't. I'm not going to, I'm not going to advocate vandalising light bulbs, light fittings.
Yeah, it's not a traditional way to cook a fried egg, so.
Another one of his very famous works was called Work Number 200, and it was half the air in a given space. I love this description. I got this from the Sotheby's website, and it actually says, overall dimensions, this is describing the piece, overall dimensions variable. Calculate the volume of a chosen space using air, blow up white 12-inch balloons until they occupy half the volume of the space.
I've seen this one.
Have you been inside it?
Yeah, I've been inside it. This was at the Hayward Gallery a few years ago. It was just like a fun room. It was almost like the room where you leave your kids while you're looking around the gallery.
Oh, a ball pit.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. It's like Ajax's birthday from the Baby Special. Is it claustrophobic? I've been in a room with about 10 balloons. It's not quite the same, because I assume you're probably talking about 10,000 balloons minimum, I would say, to fill the average big gallery room, aren't you?
Yeah, it was a kind of set to the side room. So it wasn't like a full room. You couldn't see through it. Once you went in, you were hidden.
Yeah? Did you take ages to find your way out again?
Yeah, well, like I think most people there, you went in and you learnt the meaning of a room full of balloons.
That's the thing with Martin Creed's work. You don't have to actually think that much, and what people do is they end up overthinking it and thinking, oh, I should be thinking about, I don't know, what should you be thinking about, how much space is there in the universe?
Yeah, or like how long it is till your birthday party.
As well as doing these works, other works he's done things like video works. Do you know the band The Cribs?
Yeah, I know of them, yeah.
I actually saw them. I saw The Cribs. They were very good. He made a video for them for their single Anna, and it was actually featuring a lot of still photos of the band. And the other one he's done is work number 610, and it's a series of sick films. It's have you seen these? Tom?
I have seen these. Yeah. So yeah. It's not just vomiting on it. It's people's what's the word we use? Poo-pooing.
Poo-pooing. Yes. Not the other thing. Yes. They are quite hard to watch and even to hear. I was considering putting a sound of the sick video on here. I quite like him. His idea was, as we've said before, he doesn't like to think too much about what he's doing. So this idea is that the idea that you're trying to get what's inside of you out, as an artist does. It's almost like art as therapy. And he's thinking, well, it's like bypassing the brain. I saw it. I thought it's people being very honest. And that's quite rare to meet people who are being completely 100% honest. You're not always confronted with that. I wouldn't recommend anyone watch them. Well, watch them if you want to watch someone being sick.
Yeah, I think I'd recommend Led Zeppelin 2 over that.
Right, the other things we like. I'm assuming you like it as well. But
I like all the ideas of Martin Creed. It's just a bit different. Yeah. It's kind of just something different, and I like things like that. That are just make you think a bit outside the artistic box.
Yeah, I love it. I don't think he ever says his work is art. He just does these things, and I think we all do that. The difference is that he's put it in a gallery, but I'm,
and he's given them numbers as well.
And he's given them numbers.
Like, because if we did put, all our tasks that we do in a day, like pressing the button on the kettle, or like making us a meal, if we numbered them all, we'd have quite a few in a day of little things we've done.
What works have you done today then, Tom?
Oh, well, I kicked a bit of foam out the way to get to my mic stand before setting up.
So what's that? Number what? Work number what?
712, kicking a bit of foam.
Yeah, I am.
Hang on, I've got to pause now because there's a load of action coming in the kitchen.
Is that work number what?
Pausing the recording, work number 613.
Martin Creed has also created several neon works. You said you saw one that said mothers in the gallery.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it was quite memorable. I can still see it now, just like mother in neon lights flash. It was massive.
Oh, cool.
It made me think of my mum, to be fair.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? How the first thing I thought was, oh, mothers, like that. So, the work number 203 is called Everything is Going to Be All Right. And it was a big, white, bright, large neon sign. And it's actually 13 metres in length and was half a metre in height. It was a temporary public artwork, and it was put on the front of the Clapton portico. And the portico is like a giant Roman, Greek style, ancient looking building where big columns support the roof.
So not the sort of place you'd normally associate with neon signs.
No, it's quite interesting. It's just, like at the front of these classical buildings, they have a triangle shape, and just below the triangle shape is were the words. Yeah, I like Everything is Going to Be All Right. That's quite a nice. I think it's an overly used word.
Which one? All right, or the whole lot together?
Well, just the sentiment at the moment. I think there's a lot of people that just think everything is going to be all right. So it's a really nice thing, isn't it? It's a nice thing to hear. For me, it's to just have that belief that everything is going to be all right. But also, it's an incredibly naive and dangerous thing at the moment, and a lot of people use that in that way. It's completely open to interpretation.
Yeah, and as he would describe it, it's not art.
No. And another one I liked, which was one of his more famous ones, and this was actually installed outside the Tate Britain, which is a major gallery in London. And it said, "The whole world plus the work equals the whole world." And that was work number 232, by the way. Does that make you think?
Yeah, it makes me think of all sorts of different things about the world and the universe. I suppose like aliens, it makes me think of aliens.
Makes you think of aliens? It just makes me... It just makes me think that if you do a bit of artwork and you add it to the planet, it's still the planet. The artwork doesn't make it any bigger. Bigger. It's also like the work is separated from the world, so it's like the world plus the work, as if the work wasn't part of the world until he added it up together. Yeah, I know. This is what's the crazy conversations of Martin Creed.
Yeah.
Right, so he's also been known for doing music. Now, he said that he feels that an art gallery is like a theatre for showing objects. Sometimes he'll make art and sometimes he'll just perform music. Although, funny enough, he doesn't seem to number his music.
Well, like I keep saying, Zeppelin have already done that. So.
Yeah. He does quite spontaneous work. So I don't know if you've heard his song 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think I can imagine it from the title, but go on.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's him playing with his band. His band's actually pretty good, and they're playing music, and he's just singing 1, 2, 3, 4. What about? Have you heard his the alphabet? He's done a song about the alphabet, which he recites 26 the 26 letters of the alphabet. Phonetically, so he'll be going I forgot my phonetic alphabet there. And then he'll do other things, which is just like things like thinking, not thinking. That's another one. And I've actually got a clip here of his work, I Like Things, which is a song where he sings about liking things. And I'll give you a little clip. Have you heard that one, Tom?
No, I don't think so.
Let's see if we can get you a little bit of it.
I feel positive. I like things I want. I like things. I like things. I like things.
Yeah, get the man a drink.
He likes things, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He likes things a lot.
It's kind of, does he always use an acoustic guitar? It's very like, because I used to go to open mics around the town when I was a bit younger. It just reminds me of going to an open mic.
Yeah, he does. He actually has a band sometimes he performs with, and they're quite rocky. They're quite good musicians. No, he's had albums out. Another thing that he likes to do, and one of the final sort of like things I want to talk about, is he does do paintings. I want to make that clear as well. We didn't touch on his paintings, but I will just quickly mention that he famously did paintings using broccoli. He just took some broccoli and made broccoli stamps, which is quite fun.
So did he license it to all the supermarkets?
Yeah, I don't think he's copyrighted broccoli. I don't think you can. I think it just for home. If you want to get some broccoli and dip it into paint and make pictures, there's nothing Martin Creed can do about it. As long as you.
It's quite like the sort of thing you do when you're 4 or something, like putting paint on a bit of broccoli and then stamping it on a bit of paper.
It's the same thing as when Damien Hirst famously did the things where he did spin paintings. Now, he got the idea from a British children's TV programme called Blue Peter.
So what, he did spin paintings? Is that him spinning round and then paint flying out or something?
No, sorry, I didn't make that clear. What he did was he spun the canvas around canvas, so he put that spinning and then just poured paint onto it. And that's what creates a spinning effect.
Right. Oh, I'd like to see what that looks like.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting, but again, that is just he literally was just doing what kids do. But one of the last thing I do actually want to talk about is he's done some collaborative works, and quite interestingly, he did one for the 2012 Olympics. And this was London was the host, and the work is called work number 1197, and it is all the bells in a country rung as quickly and loudly as possible for 3 minutes. So the idea was, on the morning of the 27th of July at 8:12, he was encouraging to announce the arrival of the Olympics. People across England and the UK were encouraged to ring bells. So you had churches ringing their bells all at the same time. You had cathedrals.
I presume this is churches, cathedrals run by art fans?
Yes, probably, and everyone. I mean, even it was people at home apparently were ringing their bells. Martin Creed for the piece was going to ring his own doorbell. You had famous people ringing the bell. It's quite a big event. And even the Houses of Parliament Big Ben bell rang over 40 times during the period. Now, this actually is quite unique because it's one of the only times it struck outside of its normal schedule. Big Ben, specifically the bell at the Houses of Parliament in England, only really rings to show what time of the day it is, and that's it.
Well, to show what time of the day it is, or Martin Creed 1197 or whatever.
Yeah. Also, interesting enough, the former Culture Secretary, Jeremy Hunt, nearly severely injured someone because he was hand-ringing a bell as a demonstration of how excited he was about this event, and his bell flew off and nearly hit someone. So,
that reminds me of when there was a radio presenter talking about Jeremy and he said it and couldn't stop laughing. Have you heard that?
No.
It was on Radio 4.
No. He
actually said Jeremy and then it just was like about 5 minutes of giggling, and then someone came in and rescued the show. Yeah, look that up, Marcus. It's really funny.
I will do. Everyone look it up. So, but there is actually a video of it, and it's on a Guardian page, the Guardian newspaper page, and I'll put the link up to it so you can see the near miss of Jeremy Hunt. I said Jeremy Hunt there as well, which is really good. Okay, Tom, I think, do you feel sufficiently knowledgeable about Martin Creed now?
My knowledge is like growing by the minute. Don't say we've finished our session.
Well, no, we haven't, because I would like to test your knowledge, and I have a is it or isn't it Martin Creed quiz.
Is it or is it not a Martin Creed quiz? Yes, it is.
Question number 1, right? Is this or is this not Martin Creed? Right, work number 375, and it is a display of a toilet roll to which the last sheet is still attached.
I don't know. He's more interested in poo-poo than toilet paper, I think, so I'm going to say no.
Correct. I made it up.
Yes. 1 point to me, Tom.
Right. Work number 281. Portrait of Antonio Banderas.
Okay, so you told me he does portrait. So on that basis, and it being and what's his name? Andrew?
Antonio Banderas.
Oh, sorry. Antonio Banderas. Yes, that is Martin Creed.
That is correct.
Yes! Another point to me, Tom.
Right. Work number 476. And this is a set of used cutlery and a dinner plate still with food stains on it. So someone's obviously eaten and they've just left.
Yeah, so it's kind of the remains. It has a kind of truthfulness of Martin Creed. Yeah. So it's a possible. I'm going to go for yes.
Wrong! You are wrong, Tom. I'm sorry, I shouldn't feel that happy that you got it wrong, but I was really...
Yeah.
I don't like you to get them all right.
No, it makes the quiz more fun, doesn't it? If I get them all right, it'll be boring, won't it?
Okay, right. Next one. Work number 850. A runner sprints through a gallery every 30 seconds.
So every 30 seconds. So that is like, if a runner's running for 30 seconds, I guess they're running about 200 metres or 250 metres.
Well, several runners.
Several runners.
Yeah.
Okay, well, seeing as you've got this extra knowledge on it, it's got to be Martin Creed.
Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah, that is right. That was badly done by me. You get a minus point for that because I kind of cocked up there.
Minus point for you, Tom.
Right. Okay, the next one. This has actually got a name. Work number 486. I wanted to try something different, it's called. A hole in a wall, which was where a nail would have been.
Oh, love it. I like it. I want to buy it. Yes, it's Martin Creed.
You're wrong. I made it up.
Was that a one you made up?
Yeah.
Oh, that was Marcus Stefanelli.
Yes, it was indeed. Work. That's my work number 400, and it's. I'm quite happy to sell the license.
I think Martin Creed
with certificate
would
for authenticity.
Yeah, I think Martin Creed would approve of that as an idea that could be his.
Yeah. Right, final one. Work number 925. A stack of chairs. So several chairs all piled on top of each other. Like
I don't know if I
tower.
a chair tower, it's kind of like, I don't know if I can be bothered with this one. Just like kick it over. Work number 400. What was it? 487.
925.
926. Kick the stack over.
So you're not even going to guess that one. You're just going to.
I'll say. Is it a stack of chairs? Would Martin Creed make a tower of chairs and call it art? It sounds more like a work Christo might do.
No, wrong. So,
but I don't think it is Christo. I think it's Martin Creed.
Yes, it is Martin Creed. Okay, and that concludes our quiz. Right, so that's it. Anything you want to add, Tom, before I sum up? Not sum up.
Is Martin Creed his real name?
I believe it is. I didn't see anything that said it wasn't his real name. Do you like the band Creed? I never was into them, but I thought they were all right.
I know. I don't know Creed so well. I know Cream.
Right. So work number 375. The podcast is finished, and I'd just like to say thank you to everyone for listening, and
particular thanks to our Patreon donators.
Yes, great. And what is the address of that, Tom?
patreon.com/Modern Art is Rubbish.
Brilliant. And what's the website called again?
I believe it's modernartisrubbish.com.
Correct.
Did I say that correctly?
Yes, you did. And right, this is the next quiz. Where can people find the podcast?
Glasgow.
And where else? What services can you get it on? What kind of podcast services?
Well, you find us on Spotify under Modern Art is Rubbish under podcasts.
Yeah.
And you'll find us on iTunes.
And when they go on iTunes, what should they give us?
5-star reviews.
Great. And where else on Facebook can they join us?
On our Facebook page.
Yeah. Okay. And what about email? Where should they email us?
info@modernartisrubbish.com.
Yes. How many points is that?
-6.
Right. So it's just what's next? Buys, Tom.
Okay, should we do some Martin Creed buys?
Yeah. Work number 575. Goodbye.
The sound of someone saying goodbye whilst running away fast in the opposite direction.
Right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Good. Right. Let's stop this now.